Welcome to the city of 1,000 streets, the city that thrives in the dark and has more than enough problems that need solving.
What at one point was a dozen or so small villages that struggled to stay safe from the surrounding woods soon formed an alliance based in trade and mutual need for survival.
Years would pass, and these villages would grow to a point where borders would clash. 12 became 10, and 10 became 7, until only one village remained. This resulted in a city so massive that traveling from the North Gate to the South Gate would take more than 2 days.
The Six Boroughs stand as both a symbol of unity and selfishness. Hiding behind the massive stone walls that protect the city, they also use the River Styx to divide them.
Life in the boroughs varies greatly the further west you live. East Haven, or better known today as the slums, gets the worst of it, with almost zero political assistance and the city guard turning a blind eye to its downfall. Meanwhile, New Noximbres stands as a beacon of hope and possibility, at least at face value.
Around every corner lies a new story and a new perspective. From the gangs that control the boroughs behind the scenes, to the Steel Knights who work to protect and serve while also helping themselves on the side. Even the traders that travel across all the boroughs to buy and sell wares see a side of Noximbres that some may never see.
The churches that worship and preach to anyone who will listen, some to the gods of the land, some to base ideals, the mercenaries and sellswords who work for the highest bidders, and the heroes who are few and far between, but do what they can to save their city.
A true metropolis spanning far and wide. What secrets rest just below the surface? And how long can the city stand when half of it could crumble at any moment?
Welcome to Noximbres. I'm scared. I am very, very scared.
This is going to be great.
There's no reason to be scared, guys. I don't know why you're scared.
I love this. This is exactly what I needed today.
Sorry, y'all. I completely forgot one person's photo for not going cameraless, so give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, as you get that ready, I can start us with a little diddly.
Absolutely.
Dog goes woof.
God damn it.
Cat goes meow.
I just,
I was joking about the whole Inanis stabbing Oz thing, but right now, at this very second, Inanis and I connected for just a moment, and I think the desire for bloodshed just spiked for strange reason. Don't know why.
Weird.
Oh yeah.
How query.
Stay. Don't.
I think Amber was muted and was trying to say
I was
something.
muted the whole time.
Absolutely.
I forgot.
Did you need me to play again?
Talk about technical difficulties, man.
Oh,
Good thing I
goodness.
made that little clip
Yes.
so you could- I said that I was just signing on to Twitch and I had to get the verification code on my email and it started with 1738.
Oh my gosh.
It was a good year.
Said, hey, what's up, hello?
Session 4, everyone. Welcome to Session 4. This is going to be a session of trends in pop culture. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go find my book of Star Wars memes. Hopefully, eventually, the number 66 will show up.
Execute order 66.
66. Amber, we've been both subscribed for 19 months. That's awesome.
You know what's sad is for Ray to exist, he had to execute Order 69, if you know what I'm saying.
Please tell me we weren't live already.
We're live.
God damn it.
The bard takes 26 psychic damage.
I apologize.
No, I can't be mad. This is what I get for being not ready to start because I give Alex time. And this is what happens when I give Alex time.
Welcome to the life of what 5 of us experience on a daily basis.
Oh, good. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morrow as I try to remain calm. Welcome to session 4 of Fuck It, Who Cares? I Hate My Life. I'm gonna quit. AKA Noximbres and the Six Boroughs. If you are just now returning, my name is Zach or Longdraw. I am the DM here over at Cap Dice, and below me is my wonderful assortment of players. Statistically, one of them will probably die today. Because I can. You can notice that similarly to last week, we are not technically down players, but we are in a bit of a transitional period as one of our players is moving. Therefore, we will be down some cameras tonight. No worries, their beautiful voices will still be heard in your ears. Without any further ado, and before Alex can make another dumb sex joke, let's jump right back into a wonderful recap. Last session, we had a bit of a chill barbecue day. The players got to, for the first time in about a full day, relax, recovering from a very stressful and info dump of 24 hours. This took place on our one and only Volt's ship, the Turbulent Horizon, which had recently been set aflame. Thankfully, a nosy neighbor was able to notify the Steel Knights and get it extinguished rather quickly. And the following day was spent, thanks to the quick thinking and resourcefulness of Boars, hired some contractors to come and repair the ship for being on retainer. The rest of the crew spent the day doing an assortment of fun things like tracking down leads at local taverns, gambling, hustling some money for the tails of a furry fox creature, and making a deal. As our lovely Inanis at home both had a fairly insightful discussion with his father and signed a contract with an individual he had met the night prior. We ended last session with the next morning of Inanis being awoken by a neighbor requesting that his father be a little quieter when leaving for work. Except he is always quiet. And it wasn't his father. Except Inanis found himself chasing after an individual wearing his exact mask. So, immediately starting this session, Inanis, I need you to roll initiative for me.
Ooh, dang. All right. Well, I will. Shoot. Okay.
Right.
Please don't be the only good roll this night.
Give me just a second. There it is. Okay, I want to make that look better. Sweet. I will be rolling mine now with a +5. Okay. So,
I'm sorry, you said with a +5?
yes. Inanis, you act first. You are, because you have a little bit of a height advantage as you are still kind of on the opening stairwell of your building, you can see about 200 feet ahead of you, heading towards the bridge connecting Midtown and New Noxim, is the individual that is wearing your mask running. What would you like to do?
So picking up where we left off last session, I basically just draw out my greatsword in my left hand and yelled out loud, "Everyone out of the way!" And I full on sprint. My full move action and dash action to close the gap.
Cool. Give me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Okay, cool. You see that a majority of the people in the street do move at your command, but either due to being confused, not hearing you, or just downright not caring, their stuff is more important than you. Your road is not completely clear, so you're going to take a -5 movement penalty while chasing in New Noxim.
Okay.
Which will be we'll say it'll be about 3 rounds of movement. And what we're going to say is instead of doing, 10 rounds of I run, dash, I move, action, dash, I move, action, dash, each round is going to be the equivalent of like 4 rounds.
Okay.
So you're technically running like 120, 150 feet each time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you take off after this individual, and I'm going to roll for them now after your turn. Okay. You see, as you're chasing after them, the crowd's kind of splits for you, but way ahead of you, where this individual is, the crowd is not technically splitting for them. They don't know what to do, but this individual doesn't seem to care. They are slipping and sliding through the crowd, kind of very serpent-like, as they, leap over a cart, slide under people walking. It's the comical 2 guys moving a rug, and they like slide in between them and keep running. This person is very quick. Go ahead and give me, let's see here. You're chasing after him. You got people in your way. We'll go ahead and call this a mini skill challenge. Pick one of your abilities or one of your skills and describe to me how you were going to use that skill to catch this individual.
Okay. So let's say I'm going to stick with my intimidation and kind of like using my greatsword as this like giant sign of like move or get hurt
or be
and
moved.
I don't want to hurt you. Yeah. And I'm just kind of like just waving as I'm running.
Yeah.
And as I'm trying to catch up to the individual, I'm going to try to like use it as a way to cut them off. Like if you keep moving, this will hurt you. This will cut you. Move.
Gotcha. So are you trying to intimidate the people around you or the person you're chasing?
Well, I didn't know if I was gonna catch up to that person yet. So if I haven't caught up to them yet, I'm using this to intimidate the people around me.
Okay, yeah, no, you're still a good chunk behind them. You're moving, but it's 2 cars going the same speed.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah, it's entirely to like show if move or be moved.
Gotcha. Cool. Go ahead and roll intimidation for me again.
Okay.
17. Much better. You see this time, no one thinks their morning routine is more important than not getting cut in half and the street's like part. You can take the bonus action dash this round, which will help you catch up.
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant. You see this continues on. You keep running and running and running. You're cutting through the street. Give me let's call it a con saving throw for, breathing, like how your endurance is. Okay. No food in your system, no water in your system, and a fairly late night. You're feeling it. You're not going to like start heaving and you're not going to like collapse and hold your knees. This is a hard run. This is a rough, I haven't done cardio in like 2 months. Hard run. Cool. Moving on to the next round. After your intimidation check, this individual is going to try. Okay. I need you to give me a perception check to start the round off. Damn, you match. A 13 matches a 13. An 8 plus 5. You see they dart into an alley and you are able to like catch them as you basically see them tucked behind a cart and you see which way their feet go as you look underneath the cart. And you get up to that point and you take the same turn and you head into this alley as well. And you see them like moving now much thinner pathways. Alleys are two different types in Noximbres. There are like your street alleys, which is kind of like your diagonal alley kind of vibe. And then there's your alley, which is your like super thin one. This is the bigger kind. This is like a city street.
Gotcha.
As you take off, you see them pushing past people and you're able to maintain eye contact so you don't lose them in the crowd.
Cool.
All right, so now same thing, new skill. Can't do intimidation again.
Fair enough. About how far away am I from them?
With that bonus action catch up and them not being able to beat you on any of these checks so far, you are closing the gap. I'd say you're probably about like 150 feet, 180 feet.
Okay. We're still within New Noxum?
Yeah, you're coming up to the river.
Okay. So hopefully I can word this one correctly. So I'm gonna with Inanis being the type of person who likes to go around and help people and things like that, I'm gonna try to persuade my way through people where it's like, hey, nice day. Hey, do me a favor, move out real quick. Oh, lovely, by the way. You're looking so nice. You know, you also, I love what you did with yourself today. Real quick, just move over. Thank you. Fantastic.
You're doing the charisma athletics.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely.
People out of the
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me what were you saying? You're saying persuasion?
Persuasion,
Yeah, go ahead and give me persuasion. All right, a 13. They are going to try. Okay, got it. I know what they're going to try. Okay. 17 plus 3 is a 20. You see they take a corner, and as you get up to take a corner, they are less ahead of you now. You've gotten closer somehow as you take this corner, but you see there are about 4 or 5 large individuals that have just stood up from sitting on the back of this docking bay of a warehouse and are now all walking towards you, like giving you the stank eye.
That's fantastic. All right. Is it back to me or back to them?
Yeah, no, it's you.
Okay. All right. Is there anything, any form of like crates or bench of some kind that I'm able to?
All over the place. You're kind of in like right near the river. It's mostly like warehouses, docks, shipping district kind of thing. Okay. There's barrels, crates. You see, there's even like a couple of like wooden chairs.
Yeah. If I cannot ramp my way up, then I'm going to try to jump my way to an elevation where I could just dive past them.
Gotcha.
Not going to dive through them, but dive over them of some kind.
But are you doing acrobatics or athletics here?
I'm going to go acrobatics with this one.
Acrobatics? All right, let's do an acrobatics roll. Okay, perfect. You see they are all moving towards you, and you grab this, what looks to be like a pulley system, wrap your arm classic style around it, cut one rope, and zip up as you get pulled up onto what appears to be a, what are they called? Like a working scaffold. Thank you. And you run across this platform about 15 feet off the ground as you are able to run over top these individuals and jump back down to street level as you get past them. Brilliant. Okay. That is your acrobatics. I'm going to say at this point, you are closing in on the bridge at about 120 feet away. They are going to make one more check. Okay. You see... as you take a kind of final corner out of this alley street back onto the main road that connects to the bridge, you see their quick movement darting across the bridge, just starting to get onto it. And you see a large, like, bloom of smoke. It's like purplish black cloud emits out in all directions at the very front of the bridge. And they are disappeared from line of sight. I need you to give me either a perception check, or we'll call this a insight check.
We'll go with insight.
Okay. Nice. Right. You bolt through the smoke as you keep running behind them. And you basically, instead of trying to look for them, you go into your tactical mindset of like, okay, if this were me, where would I go and how would I abuse this to my advantage? You know, they're not going to try and stay in line of sight. So the second you bust through the smoke, all of these bridges have the upper bridge, which is for like civilian transport. And then at both sides, there are ramps that go into an underbridge.
Yeah.
And that's where your carts and your shipments and storage and all that is placed, like materials for repairs and etc. And you immediately book it to one of those. And as you get down to this lower bridge, you see they're about only 100 feet ahead of you at this point, maybe like 90, as they are sprinting across this underbridge.
Okay. So, I want to try something. Upon the signing of my contract, I gained essentially action surge. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
I want to invoke authority.
Okay.
And I want to continue my sprint while using my infernal surge.
Okay.
To essentially do an additional action of dash.
Okay, so you're gonna do movement, action surge, move for 90 feet of movement. Brilliant. You as again, you go into this full like sprinter mode, pumping your arms, cutting through the air, and as you do, you begin to feel it get rhythmic. And every time you pump your elbows down, you feel this like burst of energy, and eventually your form starts to take on a image similar to what you feel. Every time you push that shoulder down, you feel this burst of red flame just and it begins to like ignite you forward. And you are within like arm's reach. They are up though after that action surge. All right. What are they going to do? Okay. Not great. Like I need you to make give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, good save. You see, as you are within like arm's reach of this individual, they as they're sprinting, they reach out and they grab like some crates and they yank them as they run, and you are able to like literally dive over this tumbling pile of crates and like roll and then keep sprinting, full Bond style. No slow in your step. You are within about like probably like 5 or so feet of them now.
Okay. I want to attempt to trip them with my greatsword. Non-lethal, like I'm not trying to cut them.
Okay.
Just trying to swipe it to catch their feet.
And stop their movement. Is it bladed on both sides? Or is
no, it shouldn't be.
Oh, you're sorry. It's like dulled and then bladed on one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was going to use the flat edge anyways. And just
okay. You're going to try like smack him in the ankles.
Yeah. I'm not trying to knock off away.
Give me an attack roll. Yeah, about to give him a club foot.
Razor treatment.
Yeah.
Or kid. Catch a razor scooter.
Oh God, that's basically what this is gonna be.
Oh, that rings too true.
This is what this is about to be. All right, here we go. Oh yeah,
that hits.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna cap those ankles.
Okay, and you're trying to knock them prone.
I'm trying to knock them prone.
So, just to clarify, so you can either do damage to them or you can knock them prone. Here, I'll treat it like a shove attack.
Right. I'm trying to knock them prone.
Okay, cool. Give me an athletics check for the stand-in of damage here.
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna make their save similar to like a grapple. Oh, wonderful. You go to swing your blade at their feet. And they like basically hop to the side and follow your path, but just to where it's out of range. So they like jump forward to the left as you swing from the right, and they jump out of range of your sword and keep sprinting. Cool. So that is your attack. That is your action for this. They are going to do their roll now. You are now closing in on the end of the bridge.
Right.
Okay. Give me a. Yeah. All right. Give me your Constitution saving throw. Okay. You're feeling that nat 1 from earlier. You're feeling your energy is kind of starting to kick out. You've like this seems like it's happening very, very fast. How combat normally does. You've been sprinting for probably around 30 minutes.
Okay.
You've been like going. This has been a long chase up until this point that we've kind of just sped through with action economy. And as you're doing that, you see this individual pulls an arm in front of them. It's no longer like running. It like tucks in front of them. And as soon as you can think, okay, what do? They throw their hand back, and this large plume of like thick dust hits you in the face, and you begin to like hack up a lung. I'm going to say your speed is going to decrease here. But not so much that you have to stop running. But you will be making consecutive con saves as the rounds continue now to maintain your ability to move here. So yeah, I'm gonna say you lose about 30 feet. So you're still able to use your movement and take an action if you would like to catch them.
Okay. So I am gonna attempt diplomacy. I'm still chasing this person. I'm gonna go, I have no intention of hurting you. I have full intention of talking. But if you keep running, things will take a turn for the worse. Please, for both of our sake, stop this.
Okay, give me is this persuasion?
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion check. Very nice, very nice. Okay. They are gonna make a wisdom save. Okay. You scream out to them as you're running up to them. Do you close the distance as you say this?
As I'm saying this.
Okay, cool. So you get to within like an arm's reach of them. And you see just the side of the mask as they turn back and the hood kind of like moves out of the way. You can see like the side profile of them as they run, and they're still moving forward. And you, because I don't think we've seen Inanis' mask yet as a crew here. Is it face only, or is it like a full face?
Full face mask.
Okay. So you don't see any expression. You just see the side of the mask, but you do notice that they turn to look back at you as if like trying to like eye you up. And as they do, they break left and jump off the bridge.
Oh God. I follow.
I'm going to remind you, because I think this is a mechanic thing we have not run into yet.
Oh shoot.
You're wearing heavy armor, correct?
Yeah.
Inanis would know this. Even if Malik is unaware of how that mechanic would have rolled before you make your declaration, Inanis would know that.
Yeah.
So do what you want. I'm just letting you know how the mechanics that are in play right now.
Okay. I get to the edge to see where they jump to. And I wait to see if I can see any form of where they're moving towards.
Cool. Give me a perception check. Okay. You get to the edge, you like grab the railing and you look over and you're scanning the water and you stand there for a good like 30 seconds. No one surfaces, no bubbles, no one shows on the dock on the side, on the midtown side of the bridge. They're gone.
Is there anyone near me right now?
No. This is a fairly untraveled piece of land. The underbridge. You know, these are kind of like reserved for either like bridge repair contractors, drug deals, depending on what borough bridge you're on, and like rendezvous of like illicit affairs.
Yeah. After coming to the conclusion that they're gone, Inanis immediately just takes his greatsword and just starts violently swinging it over and over, back and forth, screaming at it such a demonic tone that it's unrecognizable, and just bellows out to the sky just with extreme anger.
Okay. Are you doing this with any regard for your surroundings?
No,
Cool.
Kind of just realizing there were no people around me.
Yeah.
Just
You
letting it out.
shatter a crate to your left. You like dig your blade like 4 inches deep into like a wooden pillar. You like pull it out. You slam it into the ground. You break one of the wooden panels like underneath your feet. It looks like a full on like battle happened here after you finish, and you're just fully again covered in this like purplish ichor, like thick. It's kind of like pollen, like a thick purple pollen all over you, breathing really heavy. Your muscles are now burning as you've stopped moving. And like all of that adrenaline is leaving your body. You're now getting hit with the like acid in your muscles of everything hurts.
Yeah. And I have no idea where my father may be stationed today, huh?
You know that he is not too much of a city street still night. He is most likely either at headquarters, which would would be in New Noximbres,
Right.
or debatably he could be at the academy, which is also in New Noximbres, just a different part.
Right. Inanis' first instinct would be, I need to talk to him. But the only reason he wouldn't do this is that a new round of the game has started. And so, kind of taking notice of where I am, he'll just go ahead and sheath back his greatsword, kind of breathe real quick, and then go to the turbulent horizon. And he'll just make his way with extreme anger in his walk.
Just a pouty walk. An edgy walk, one would say.
Absolutely.
As you make your way up onto the street level again at the end of this bridge, and not push your way through the crowd, but definitely assert your way through the crowd.
Yeah. I
okay.
will add, even in my anger, as I walk with intent of like looking, and I'm just I know kind of where I'm going,
Right.
but my main eye focus is if I see any person
head on a swivel. You're not your head's not slumped down, right? You're not taking the L walk. You're walking with purpose. For sure. Okay. We are going to cut to, before Inanis arrives, the morning at the turbulent horizon. So, that was weird. Oh, I must have tapped on her. Ignore that. If whoever would like to go first, in whatever order, we zoom in, camera kind of pans down, swoops in over the lake onto the freshly painted, mostly repaired turbulent horizon. That is at least how Volt had it, if not maybe in slightly better condition. What do we find the other 6 of you doing this morning?
Sausage. Is meditating.
Sausage, eggs, toast. Do I make biscuits today? Meh. Yeah, I'll make biscuits today. Let's see. Orange juice to fight scurvy. Yeah, that should be pretty good for breakfast. cooking in the kitchen.
All right. Vault makes breakfast. Boris, meditation in your bunk or up on deck?
On the deck.
All right. I'll say Ditch and Oz. Where do we find the two of you?
Before Oz, you first.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just on the deck of the ship. I'm just people watching, waiting for breakfast to be ready. Just kind of hanging out.
All right, fantastic. Ditch?
So Ditch is probably going through and checking over notes that he's taken. So something he's been doing is every day he tries to jot down, events and stuff that he's found. And over the last day, with all the stuff that happened with what was in the tunnels and that photo he got, he's pulled that photo out a couple of times and has been studying it, trying to look for clues or anything in it. Trying to just see if there's anything he can recognize in there that might be something that would lead him to some kind of clue.
Okay. Give me a investigation check if you don't mind. Oh, very good. Yeah, so I think we've talked about this a little off mic as well as we've looked at this book. You know that a large majority of this tome journal is in this odd cryptic symbol language. Like none of it's nothing appears to be letters, but there are these odd combinations of 90-degree angles, like drawn as like V's basically. So and some of them have dots on them and some of them don't, and they're in like this odd pattern. You're able to with a 21, I'll say you're able to look at this and go, okay, no shit, this is like a code. This is some type of cipher. Someone, intelligent wrote this and made it so that not anybody could just pick this up and know what was inside of it. That much is obvious. The hard part is, like most codes, figuring it out and just deciphering what each symbol is and all that. And it appears to be not written necessarily as individual words. Like it's not like 3 symbols space, 2 symbols space, 5 symbols. It is just pages,
just blocks.
The whole thing. Yeah. So it's almost impossible to break down and be like, oh, that's a 3-letter word. That means like this is what all of these symbols could be. But with a 21, I'll say you start the process. You are able to start like jotting down notes. You're able to like break certain symbols out and be like, okay, what could these be in this order? What are the most common letters that start words?
He started to realize, hey, it's going to be some kind of code. It just has to go through and break it. Yeah. A lot of that, and I don't know if we've talked about this at all, but that book wasn't completely filled.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. It is.
Okay.
There are 3 parts to it. There is the portion that is filled, which is, I would argue, probably about half of it. There is the back quarter, which seems to be empty. And then there's about a quarter total, maybe a little less, of random pages throughout that have been removed. So like you'll go through multiple pages of notes, and then you'll get to a chunk where like you have 4 ripped pages that have been taken out. You'll go through some more, and then there's 3 pages taken out. Seems like whoever was in possession of this book prior had removed certain things.
Gotcha. So in the blank pages, that's where he's been writing his notes. And that was the stuff he's been looking over, kind of backtracking where he's been over the last 1 month? I can't remember. 1 month over the last month, because after the first week or so, he started realizing, I better start writing this shit down. Kind of going through. And then after he's kind of gone through his notes, he's just kind of sitting there staring at the photo of that burning building and kind of looking up and just kind of, being very pensive about it, just trying to like, what the hell?
Very, very music video-y of sitting on the decks, kind of on the railing, looking off into the water. Yes. We cut to a shot of you on the dock and then your reflection looking up, and you're both looking off into the distance, and neither one of you know where you're headed. It's deep. It's fucking deep. Matt motherfucking Jones.
Matt's just hanging out near Volt where he's cooking. laying on his back, like feet propped up onto the wall, just like tossing a stone up in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm like my 5th time of asking Volt when breakfast is going to be ready.
Awesome.
It'll be ready soon. Soon. Not yet.
That's what you
No.
said 5 minutes ago.
Sure, go ahead. Eat the fucking chicken. See if it makes you sick.
All right, I'll wait.
Wonderful.
All right.
Gotta learn
That's a
patience,
joke. I don't
Mr.
have any
Jones.
chicken.
Brilliant. As the morning continues, as routines are had, we're probably getting to around like 8, probably just coming up on like 8 a.m. Anyone topside, anyone on the deck of the ship hears the metal clang of steel boots onto wood. And Inanis, you have arrived at the turbulent horizon.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm dropping below the railing. I'm like,
Everybody's dead now.
Who's the first person I see?
First person as you come up on top, Boris would be off to your right, probably directly across from you on the boat or on the deck would be Ditch.
Okay, so I'll notice that Ditch is probably the first person I see as I'm like focused forward, and as I go turn right and see Boris, I'm just charging right up towards him.
Oh hell yeah! Boris, coming up on 8, you still meditating, or are you kind of just chilling on the morning?
Oh, absolutely. I'm full meditation. You know,
Full eyes closed,
we go
hands
3 hours
together.
of paint or nothing.
Absolutely committed.
Probably not eyes closed. Like I know when Inanis is on the boat, but I just don't pay him any mind.
Gotcha. Cool.
And do I recognize that he looks like he's in the middle of like?
Yeah. It is like kind of cross-legged, hands like in the robe portion of it, or if he's in his armor, it would kind of like be cross-armed. It's very like hands together, eyes forward, head clear is the mentality.
Okay. Recognizing that he's doing a thing, and also knowing he's pretty committed when he commits to something. I'm not gonna make him budge. I kind of just breathe out like heavily. I just kind of like, and then turn, go up to Ditch. Where's Volt?
I believe he's making breakfast.
And then I go
don't sound
down.
like you've had a good morning.
I don't even listen to the rest of what he says. I hear he's making breakfast, and I go to
Straight
find
downstairs. Wonderful.
Put my photo away and kind of tuck it back in my notebook, kind of clean everything up and stash them. And I'm gonna follow. That's from what little I've seen of Inanis, that's not his normal demeanor.
Fair enough. If you're able to head down below deck, not a lot of options for where he could be making breakfast, and you've been on the boat before, so easy beeline for you. You head downstairs, you see both Volt and Matt motherfucking Jones in the kitchen.
Cool.
Galley?
Galley. I
Galley.
walk up to where they are. I look down at Matt, look up at Volt, look down at Matt. Leave us. Now.
Oh, Cadmus, I'm making breakfast.
Matt, go.
I'm gonna like do the backwards somersault.
Yeah, roll backwards.
Get up and I'll leave.
And I'll look to make sure that no one's trying to peep and look and listen in on us.
Rox, you can correct me here, but my vision is that the galley is open space. It is not an individual room. So you would be able to like look over your shoulder, and anyone who would have followed you downstairs is probably like standing in the stairwell.
Yep, I'm probably right behind you.
Yep.
Okay. As long as they're not in my face right now, that's perfectly fine.
Give me my fucking
I'll
bubble.
try to make my way over to wherever Jones went.
Okay.
To check in with him.
Gotcha.
I turn back to Volt. I hate to bring a sour mood to what seems to be a very relaxing time for everyone. But our previously paused game has begun its next round. And as you can probably see, I was the first victim. We need to get everyone together, and we need to prepare.
Well, have you had anything to eat today? Because my sausage is burning, so I'm gonna. Anyways, breakfast will be done in like 10 minutes, and we'll go ahead and wake everybody up, and we can discuss whatever has happened to you this morning over some food.
I look over to see if there's like an available corner. And if there's one that's available, like just somewhere that's just two parts meat, and I look over at it, look over at him, let me know when we're ready, and I just go plant myself there.
Volt, before you walk off, Volt hands you a piece of buttered toast and it's like, here, have this to hold you over until breakfast. Looks like you need it.
I truly appreciate it. But I eat in privacy.
You can take it to one of the rooms. I don't mind.
Thank you. And I'll take it, and I'll go find a private space to eat.
Cool. Yeah, it would either be the forward storage room or one of the two crew quarters. One of them is going to be vacant because everybody else is awake and out of the room.
Yeah.
Other than, I think, Wally.
Most likely Inanis would go to like maybe the storage just to avoid potential like people walking by like by accident, like, oh, I was looking for my stuff kind of scenarios.
Sure. Like another 5-10 minutes passes. Volt then Volt kind of like moves over all the food, and it's like a platter of eggs, a platter of sausage, toast, bacon, a whole like 2 pitchers of orange juice. He's got like some breakfast potatoes off to the side, not hash browns, but just like diced potatoes cooked in butter, and then probably bacon grease. He puts it all in the kind of the kitchen, no, not the kitchen area, the dining area that's offset of it. Food's ready, guys. if you're hungry, I made food.
I'm coming downstairs.
Yeah, is this something that we can all hear? Because I'm sprinting at this point if I hear this.
Yeah, I bellow it out. I yell it out. It's loud enough to hear it echo from below ship.
So as I see Joan sprinting off, because I was going to be standing right next to you, and I'm like, yep, definitely seems like you're taking whatever happened yesterday in strides, Mr. Jones.
Hey, you know what? Things happen.
That they do. I admire your adaptability. You'll kind of like look up, and I'm not sure if that's the right word, but regardless, it's very well spirited of you.
Thank you, but I don't know if you heard, but breakfast is ready. So
I did hear that, and he'll kind of like look down at his very thin figure and like probably could stand to have some food.
And now I'll run off to go to breakfast.
And I will saunter after.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's cut back a few minutes here just in case we need to do anything. Wally, how is Wally's morning going?
You are witnessing the trade of baby. This is a magical ability, 7th level spell, where baby gets traded.
Baby hand off.
Summon grandmother.
While we're in this brief transition, have anybody ever heard of Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime?
Get out. Nope. Absolutely not. I will let Alex do a full version of What Does the Fox Say before I let you fuckers plug anything ever again.
Ring, ding, 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 ding.
Thank you, everyone. We here at Cap Dice are family friendly and support the maternity leave policies. Anyway,
For legal reasons, this channel's 18 or older. Don't let your kids watch. I say a lot of bad words.
what I mean by family friendly is we are friendly to people who have families.
But if you don't have a family, we fucking hate you. So
Go home. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh no.
go find a different.
Good God.
So Wally would have woken up, whatever time, and because yesterday wasn't very exerting, other than losing 1 gold. Not much happened. And probably found some dark corner of the ship, maybe downstairs the other crew quarters or whatever, to kind of mess around and practice cantrips, practice magic, whatever, prestidigitation here. Just kind of honing those skills, practice a shield, whatever it might be. That's what he'd be doing.
All right, wonderful. So, you would hear the call for breakfast, and whoever would like to assemble assembles in the galley.
Want some toast and eggs.
I'll take the lot. But not like the whole lot, just like a little bit of everything.
I figure he.
I'm taking as many as much food as like I feel like I can get without just getting completely yelled at. But probably more than my fair share.
Matt Buddy, you will probably get to eat again. Relax.
I mean, you should have seen him running down here. Like, I don't know where he's getting this energy from. He's got to get it from somewhere.
Listen.
I cooked plenty of food for everybody. It's fine.
Thank you, Volt.
Yep. He's a grown boy. He has to bulk up.
Wally puts an extra piece of bacon on his plate after looking Volt up and down.
Volt, we can't tell you how much we appreciate your hospitality. You've been very welcoming and honestly going above and beyond what I would have expected.
Well, I mean, you were all homeless and I have a home, and apparently we're in whatever we're in together. So
The turbulent horizon is now almost shelter.
listen, all right. I'm just gonna say this now. The first week is free. After the first week, I expect you to start operating like a crew, mopping the decks, doing repairs.
Seems fair.
Yeah, I think so.
Is Inanis here with us, or is he away eating his toast?
Oh, I'm definitely still away eating. I don't like being around people when I eat.
So, Volt, do you have any idea what was going on with Inanis? Like, he looked pissed, or at least sounded pissed.
Well, if I had to guess, and I've seen knights in that armor before, I think he probably took a morning run, because it looked soaked. But as to why, I can't really say.
Anyone who saw Inanis, by the way, would have also seen just this caked on purple and black pollen just covering his entire front. It's like somebody who got hit by like a glue and feather like cannon and walked into the office after a prank.
Yeah, don't really know what's going on with him this morning, but whatever it was probably eventful, and I'm sure we'll hear about it.
I'm sure we will.
Cadmus, dinner's ready, or breakfast is ready. Sorry, breakfast is ready.
You've had a busy day. You're really tired. I mean, you had a lot managing all those workers yesterday. We get it.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just did their own thing. They found me a book.
Found you a book.
Yeah, a family book, a family heirloom, hidden. It's kind of nice.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Have you had a chance to look through it yet?
a bit. Yeah,
Not all
the way through, but I've handled like the first third of the book. So making progress.
Something
Is it
to
like
treasure.
histories?
Oh, I am.
Is it the histories of your family, or what is the book, if you don't mind me asking?
It's family traditions. Something that's been passed down. Apparently, something my father or my grandfather before him decided not to continue.
Oz is going to kind of look down at his shoes and say, yeah, traditions are, they're important.
Yeah. So breakfast, everybody eat up, please.
Boars and Inanis. Most Boars, do you attend breakfast with the crew, with the masses? Sorry,
Did you say no?
Yeah. Question.
No.
You don't? Okay, so you're up on the deck still.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then Inanis, whenever you have finished your meal, you are more than welcome to interject.
Yeah. Once I've finished, and it's not a scarf.
It's like slow, calm down.
It is. Oh wow! I forgot how much like things like eating and breathing can actually prevent me from sinking an entire ship by accident.
Yeah.
Nom 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 nom. Nibble 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 nibble. And I'll kind of like clean off what I can as best as I can. And then at some point just give up and just slowly make my way back up top.
Cool.
Apologies, everyone. I didn't mean to bring negativity into what seemed like a very peaceful day. It's been a long time since I've seen such peace among people. But unfortunately, it seems we're gonna have to wake up from this dream. Reality came knocking, and I'll pull out the parchment that was outside of my door, and just without even bothering to make sure it's like nice and straight, I just hold it out. The next round has begun, and it started with me. And this time it's extremely personal. We need to figure out what we're gonna do. We need at least some kind of lead, because we've got nothing.
Did you?
Is that what the purple stuff is on you?
Yeah, what happened?
You see Inanis like freezes for a second and is very stiff, not fluid in his motion at all, and just slowly puts the parchment down. I had to partake in a chase earlier today. One that dang near pushed me to my physical limit. And while the assailant did a lot within their power to try to throw me off, I got close. But I ultimately failed. And they got away. And they definitely left a mark of their victory.
Well, so do you think they're part of round 2? Or is this something not related?
It felt personal enough that it could be. And if it's not related, then I'm even more concerned.
Can you remind us what the parchment says? I'm sure we can see it, right?
Correct. As Inanis kind of holds out the paper in front of everybody, the parchment reads round 3. Catch me if you can.
Could I, Inanis, could I take a look at the paper? And he finishes off his second glass of orange juice.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna kind of gesture to Inanis's, everything, and say, "May I?" And
as long as I don't have to take anything off,
yeah,
do as you
I'll
wish.
cast prestidigitation and try to clean
No.
up.
Oh God! Stop! 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 What is the purple stuff? Can we figure out what this? Do we know what the purple stuff is?
If you want to come grab some of this, you can come grab as much of it as you like.
Wally?
I kind of like lean forward.
Bolt's just sitting at like the head of the table with an entire pitcher of orange juice to himself, and he's just sipping it.
It's this
Like,
giant thing.
Oh, I wish Bolt had a silly straw.
I'm not gonna be much help in the detective chase person down, find the hints, but when you find something for me to hit, point me in the right direction.
Let me make this easy for you then, Volt. If you see another person wearing this, other than me, hit them. Keep them alive, but hit them.
I mean, I think I can manage that.
Inanis draws a good point to y'all's attention as he points at his mask. None of you have seen Inanis' face.
Is there purple stuff on the mask?
There's purple stuff, forehead to crotch, basically.
Perfect.
So,
so Inanis, do you mind like taking off the mask and then so Wally can look at it? And
happening. You can grab it from everywhere else. Don't touch my mask. And this is the same like serious, deep voice tone, Inanis, that he had under the bridge. Like, no.
Oh, okay.
Here.
I know.
Keep that beautiful smile to yourself.
There is no smile under here, Bard.
DM, I know I've heard rumors about Inanis Cadmus. Is him not taking off his mask ever one of them?
In the sense not of people saying like, oh, it's so mysterious, or like the masked knight or anything like that. It's more just like, yeah, that new guy really takes the armor seriously. Like this
is that mask standard armor?
No. This is kind of like how you would picture like ceremonial armor, and it would be worn at like lancing, like a jousting tournament. And it's the helmet the guy would like carry under his arm when he like walks and waves to the crowd. It's very like regal and like kind of functional, but severely outdated. And like yours is something that would have like taken over for uniforms like a couple 100 years ago.
Okay. So is it a full-on helmet, or is it just a face mask?
It's both. There is a like, and again, like, correct me if I'm wrong here. There is like a plate covering that goes from like top of the head all the way back, and then side cover, and it's like a click-in front portion.
Yeah.
So you could like take the front part off, and there still be like
Iron Man
head.
mask.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm envisioning. Who's seen Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah.
The Lord Marshall's thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Oz, you can like take this stuff off if you want, but I don't really feel like touching it. I just wanted to clean them up,
Here,
Sometimes
here,
it's
I
nice
can.
for a guy to be put together.
So
I can fix that. And Ditch is going to reach into his pack and pull out a paper envelope. Because I would think I would have that in my forgery kit, right?
That's fine.
lithium. So that, and then I'll also take out from my like thieves tools or kit like an extra piece of wire or something. Like, here, use this to scrape it off into the envelope so we can look at it later. While I'm handing that off, Zach, question for you.
Yes.
We have not, the four of us from our session, me, Wally,
our bottom
Oz,
four here.
and,
Yep.
Matt. Yep. We haven't the people that attacked the shop. Were they wearing masks or were they just like cloth faced?
They were wearing masks, but they were not like these at all. They were more like kind of masquerade. They were like eyes only.
Just top,
they were like right
top
here.
part.
Yeah.
Okay.
They seemed to be something that like was a bit theatrical, but definitely not practical.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. Sorry, Oz. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
So Inanis, is there anything that you can? I mean, like if this is the start of a new round, are there any other clues you can give us? I mean, how did the purple stuff get on? Was that a spell? Was that like
I couldn't tell you if it was magical or not. All I could tell you was, in the heat of the chase, they tried to throw a lot at me, bring stuff down at me, fire stuff at me, and I just know that it was an obstacle in my way.
They fired stuff at you.
They threw a lot at me, but this in particular, and Zach, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because this was the one that they threw to the ground, right?
No. So you ran through that one. That seemed to just be like fumes. Right. This is the one that hit you with underneath the bridge in a kind of like sticky bomb kind of motion. Right. They like turned around, threw the thing at you, and it just kind of scattered all over your body and began to like tighten up your movements a little.
Yeah, this is the one where I started to gag, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this was the pocket sand.
It's like if somebody took insulation, like an insulation pad from an attic, and just smashed you in the face with it. And it's just all over you now, and it's in your lungs, and it's like burns to breathe a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll relay this where it's just like, it's like I couldn't tell if it was some form of cast or item. All I know is their hands stopped going from their side. They weren't running with full motion anymore, so they had to have been grabbing something, some form of material. And then out of nowhere, it's just in my throat. It's on me. It just hurt, and I couldn't really stop to think about what did they do to me, because, well, when a predator sees their prey, they hunt, regardless of the environment.
Can I cast detect magic on it?
Yeah, if you would like to. Do you want to do the spell slot, or would you like to ritually cast it?
Wait, I'll kind of say, hey, I can figure out what this is. It might take me a little while. Do we have that time?
I was going to take time to look over the parchment just to see if I can find any clues on it, so we can
I'll do it as a ritual then.
Yep. All right.
And then while you're doing that, okay, so Inanis, can you just walk me through like everything you remember from like the beginning to like what happened at the very end?
Holding back no details. I explained literally everything from start
to
end.
Cool.
Okay.
I will say the starting point will probably be the knock at my door.
Okay.
I'll start as far as that, because that's the unusual thing of this is odd.
Yeah. We do it the Avenger style, where it's just like rapid, like speaking.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see, I knew a guy telling me about another guy that was making a noise, but that guy wasn't my guy, so I was trying to figure out who that guy was. Come to find out that the other guy was a guy that looked like my guy.
Right.
And now we're here.
So Inanis, do you know where your father is? Did he go to work as normal? Maybe that would be a place to start.
I like your thinking. Naturally, my first reaction is, gee, I wonder where my father is. Probably should go talk to him. But I also kind of felt like with the clue, if it wasn't for the parchment, if this was just any other day, yes, first reaction, definitely would have gone and found my father. However, that clue is something that is tied to all of us. And I didn't want to run into the potential of, oh, look at me, I'm Inanis, I'm by myself, please don't kill me, So, you know, I wanted to make sure I communicated to you guys first, against my better judgment.
Wally, you were doing detect magic, correct? Ditch, you are investigating the
Yeah, I wanted
powder?
to take a look to see if there was anything different compared to the other notes we have, like if there was any like hidden clues
Gotcha.
or like
Okay.
off colors or
Gotcha.
anything like that.
And this is just investigation?
What?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If I could do this too,
For
just
sure.
because why not?
Yeah.
With Wally saying that he was gonna cast detect magic. Can
Yeah.
I also, as a ritual, cast identify
On what?
on the sticky stuff?
Okay. Read me the verbiage of identify.
Sure. It says choose one. Okay, so it says choose one object to touch the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn properties of it and how to use it, and if it requires attunement to use. So that sounds pretty item specific, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like magic item only.
Yeah. It's kind of like any item. Like you could even do it on like a bowl or a cup, or like I would say you could probably do it. You would have better luck waiting for like detect magic, because identify is going to be like, oh, I know this thing's magical. As a ritual, it wouldn't really matter. You're not going to burn a spell slot, but just like for saving time and stuff like that. Wally, we'll do yours first. As actually no, let's do ditch, because ditch is going to be happening during the 10 minutes it takes to do detect magic as a ritual.
Do you want me to roll investigation?
You did, I thought, right? Or is that it? Oh no, that was your other one. That was your other one.
That was the other one.
Sorry. Yes, go ahead and please roll investigation for me.
Dang it, I should have said no. It was that one.
Yeah, you should have. Cool.
I should have.
You look at this, and it seems to be a parchment with ink on it.
Piece of paper.
It is parchment with ink. That's what you got. The guy's good handwriting.
It's very pretty.
It's well done. 10 minutes go by as either you guys continue talking, or I'll say this is happening as Inanis is giving like the full long version. And Wally, detect magic goes off. You notice a few things, because detect magic isn't like, oh, one thing. It's just sonar out all around you. You notice a few things. You notice Matt motherfucking Jones, his Steven, is it a backpack or is it like a backpack?
It's a backpack.
Matt Jones's backpack is incredibly magical. The entire boat faintly glows. There's like a shimmer on the entire boat as a whole. You're not wearing any magic item. You're not wearing any magic item. You're not wearing any magic item. Volt's axe glows a tiny bit, like just a tiny faint glow to it. And ditch flickers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That is what Wally sees.
Nothing on the purple crab?
You see that the purple... How do I describe this? You see that there is innate magical properties to it. This, however, is not a like enchantment. This isn't like a spell that was being cast. That would glow very brightly, and you'd be like, "Oh, someone put a spell on this guy." This looks to have like natural arcane properties, like an alchemist would use.
Okay, follow-up question, because I'm supposed to like sort of know the school of magic.
Yes.
I want to know about ditch.
Give me an Arcana check, because this is an interesting like turn of events that is not necessarily okay. I'm gonna message you privately what the school of magic is.
Can I also add flavor. I don't know if this works for
Sure, go
identifying.
for it.
Does identify just like show like
Well, this
general
is
glowing? It's
this
not
is
specific colors.
detect magic. This is an
Or
aura.
detect magic.
So
right.
it like whatever piece of it is magical glows with a color matching a school of magic.
Okay.
Yours is more like flashes of light. Like it flickers like a light and then goes away, and it flickers a light again
That's
and then
fine.
goes away. Cool. So let me go down here real quick. I'll message you.
Spoilers.
Really quick question, DM.
Yes.
You said before that the Steel Knights have essentially sending stones to get in contact with like dispatch and
Correct.
HQ
Yeah.
and things like that, right?
Yep.
Does that have a limited amount of uses?
Unlimited. It is like a walkie-talkie that goes to one specific. It's like a one-to-one kind of thing.
Okay. So would I also know Inanis' father? Is Knight Cadmus Senior well known?
Yes. Yeah. Knight Cadmus is an instructor at the academy.
Okay. So Volt would like lean over to Inanis and go, if you want, I can go get my sending stone and have somebody check and make sure he's been in today without actually, you having to go and find him or something.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
DM, did you say something on Inanis glowed or no?
On Inanis, no, I don't believe so.
Follow-up question. Do I recognize? No, because I wouldn't recognize the name Cadmus, would I?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
No. Familiar.
Cool.
Oh wait, we've discussed your custom background ability, right? Go ahead and do that with advantage.
I think you said I couldn't have that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
You said we didn't put it on my background
Pass.
ability. You just said I would know things.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Pass me knows better. Cool. I trust Pass me. So yeah, that's all you see, Wally. Inanis, you go through the entire rundown of what happened, and Ditch, it is a paper with some ink on it.
Paper with ink. Cool.
And
Volt would go to the captain's quarters and pull out his sending stone from probably his like over jacket and radio it and be like, I just need a wellness check on senior Knight instructor Cadmus. I'm not sure what his official rank is. He works at the academy as an instructor.
You hear, and it's magic, but I love this sound so much. You hear the very comical walkie-talkie sound of the like, yeah, that's 10-4 volt. We'll get wellness check sent over to the academy. Should be a handful of minutes.
Appreciated. Over.
Just imagine. Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah,
just because
for sure.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
So sending stones are 1-to-1, right?
Yeah.
So is there just like someone in the Steel Knight headquarters that's just like surrounded by
It
stones?
is.
Is just like
It
grabbing
is
them?
old school.
That's sick.
Soundboard.
Plug-in.
Yeah, it is old school
Plug
like
out
phone
plugins.
board. Yeah, where it's like.
That's awesome.
But this time it's just it's basically like a 180-degree wall panel that has hundreds of sending stones on them, all labeled, and they basically just go touching them all.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Sweet. So Volt steps out to do that. What do you guys like to do?
Does Volt step out? Or is
He goes
just
from
right?
the galley to the captain's quarters. It's quick.
Okay.
He's in, says the message, comes back.
I didn't hear that part. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool.
Am I still being investigated?
It takes, as for the 10 minutes that Wally is doing the ritual casting, you're basically going through your spiel. So at both of these finale, you are free to like move around again.
Okay. unless anyone is attempting to talk to me,
Mhm.
I am going to go back down under because I want to kind of do a wellness check on myself on something.
Okay, you guys are in the galley, so you guys are down below. But you would be fully able to, like, if you want to go to like the closet you were in earlier and just kind of do a self eval. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I remember as I was chasing, I didn't tell them this part because it didn't click in my head at 1st.
Mhm.
Something boosted me faster than I was able to go before. There was an instance where just this energy consumed me, and I'm kind of like checking my legs
Mhm.
and just like, the heck was that? And how and where did it come from? And I'm just doing that same thing I did the first time I kind of tapped into the power, where I'm just like, can I feel it again?
Yeah, can I trigger it? Can I flex it? Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you step into this closet, and again, you kind of flex your muscles, you stretch out, you kind of feel around your body. You take that like nice moment of just like, okay, what's going on? And everything feels kind of normal. You're recovering, like you're feeling better. You have food in your system. You've rested. You hydrated. Things are kind of clicking on all, firing on all cylinders right now. But no soreness where you wouldn't expect it. No like bursts of pain or anything like that. Feels fine.
Okay. Then at that point, I'll kind of just sit back and just rest.
Okay. Sweet.
When Inanis walks away, I'm gonna kind of just be like, "So, what are you guys thinking?"
Yeah.
This purple stuff isn't magical still. I mean, maybe it was at some point, but it's not still emitting anything magical. So it seems to be either a non-magical effect or something that just happens instantaneously and then goes away. I mean, I think finding Inanis's dad is a good place to start. I think if that leads us into a dead end, we could try and figure out what this stuff is and where it came from. I don't know.
DM, do I? I'm assuming now that he's been cleaned off, he's walked away.
Yeah.
Oz, do you still have that envelope
Mm-hmm.
with the stuff in it? Could I take a look?
Here you go.
I'll just kind of peek in it, and do I recognize it from anywhere in my travels coming out of the slums?
Give me a nature check. Do a weird one here. Okay. I'll say even with a 10, you recognize this as some kind of what's the word? Natural occurring element. This is like some type of powder. This isn't like the after effect of a spell. This seems to be like if someone took like a handful of pollen and like threw it at somebody, but with like according to Wally, it seems to have like innate magical properties.
So it almost looks like.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, it looks like pollen of some kind from a plant. Do we know of any parks or places that would have like herbs or plants that might be used in alchemy or something like that? Matt, do you know of any places where they might have stuff like that?
I don't know.
As far as like plant life and parks, they're kind of few and far between. There are like alchemists, there are like alchemy shops, but those seem to be mostly like homegrown or they like ship things in. Your large like plant life, your large like greenhouses and all that is going to be torch fields. It's going to be stuff that are grown outside of the city and brought in. People can like, you can have like a rose bush in your front yard, but you're not going to grow like, large fields of cotton within the city.
Doing supplies or orchard stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, not that I've seen, but I mean, I kind of agree with Wally. Like, I think I don't know. Actually, now that we're talking about it, Bull, I have a question. Could you like explain to me, because I'm really lost on this whole, like, could you explain the dynamic between you and Inanis and what's the guys? Is Boris is still outside, right?
Boris is upstairs, yeah.
Yeah, upstairs. Like, and what's his name again?
Yeah. Uh, so I am a sergeant in the Steel Knights. Cadmus over there is. I'm not really sure what his official classification right now is. Knight in training, or a knight who's completed his training, or on his final steps, something along those lines. He was assigned to me to gain experience, and so he didn't go outside and immediately get shanked by some druggie. And we were both assigned to a job which came from my superior to help Boars track down this person. To be completely specific, we aren't helping him. We're escorting him to make sure that he doesn't burn down a building or massacre a group of people trying to get to his target, or things along those lines.
Do you think he would really do that?
So I've done some jobs for the church, and it kind of depends on who you get. Some of them are a little more zealous than the others, and they're really gun-ho. Boars, I'm still trying to get a feel on. At least he seems like he has a decent head on his shoulders, and he's not just mowing people down in order to get to his objective. So that's good. I appreciate that. Makes my job easier. A lot less paperwork and no dismemberments you have to deal with. It's makes life a lot easier on my end.
So does that mean, if I had to put it this way, is this more of like a Boris calling the shots kind of thing, or can we vote on what happens next? Because, like I said, I'm with Wally, and I mean the only good idea I can think of is finding Inanis's dad.
Well, I did radio in to get some information on Knight Cadmus Senior. So hopefully that'll come back soon, and we can get some more information as to what his whereabouts are. As far as is Boars calling the shots, technically, I mean, at the end of the day, if it comes into Steel Knight business, myself and Knight in training, Inanis, Knight Cadmus, I don't know. Cadmus will have the final say. So you can't just go off the rails and do whatever he wants. He has to stay within the bounds of the law until we find at least who he's supposed to be hunting for.
Inanis's dad is also a knight?
Yeah, he's an instructor at the academy.
Interesting.
Nepotism.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Well.
Hey, Volt, I got a 10-4 on
20
that
years in the
head count
force,
for you.
Sergeant. I don't give a fuck. Hold on.
Hey, Volt,
I'm
I got
reading
a head count on that 10-4 you're looking for. Got Knight Cadmus at the academy.
All right, and he's good and well.
Knight Cadmus is leading a graduation ceremony as we speak. All good.
All right, thank you.
Take care, Volt. Over.
He puts away a sending stone. Inanis, your dad is okay. He's doing some form of graduation thing at the academy.
Inanis just holds the thumbs up.
Yep. So, his dad's okay. That's good. I'm glad.
Not to
Can I
be...
sorry, really
Go ahead. No,
really
go.
Volt looking at this purple powder now that it's off of Inanis.
Yeah.
Does it look like something that Volt in his 20 years working on the force? Is it like some kind of hallucinogenic or psychedelic or any kind of like common druggy thing that he probably would have busted down a door or two
like
for?
acid or something like that. Give
Yeah,
me
crack cocaine.
yeah, crack.
Is it quack?
Give me a history check.
All right.
Do it be crack though? I'm pretty sure if it was track, they wouldn't just be throwing it at people.
The forced high.
Pocket crack.
Here, take some free crack.
There goes.
Crack. Did
no,
it roll and roll 20? It did. Cool.
yeah, with a 6, this is not something you're innately familiar with, at least in this form. This seems to be like a raw material. If you were, maybe this is like something that makes up a liquid drug you're familiar with. Maybe it's like a cutter, like it cuts things. Like, it's nothing you're familiar with in this state.
Yeah, I don't know what this stuff is. It's weird.
This doesn't really make any sense. The note said, "Catch me if you can," and the whole point of this game is for this person to try to destroy us, right? They attacked us with Crocs and whatever else, and so catch me if you can. Why would they want to take Inanis on a wild goose chase? Maybe they
What if-
wanted him to leave his home.
Or as a distraction. Inanis was is he up there with us? Did you come back or are you still
I'm around. Yeah, I'm around.
Did they take you away or in the opposite direction of the academy where your dad is? Do you know?
I mean, they led me out of New Noxim, so they definitely led me away. But the strange thing is, they wouldn't technically have been letting me further than where I would have myself been going. Naturally, I would have came to you guys anyways. So I don't truly understand what the intention would be. If anything, if they really, truly wanted to draw me away from both my father and from you guys, they would have head north.
Quick question. I know it seems like it's maybe a little bit of a touchy subject for you, so I'll try and make it quick. But your proclivity for headgear, does your father share that as well?
He does not.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that there was not an imposter.
That's something that I thought myself. Truly. The last I saw of my father, it seemed like him. Walked like him. Talked like him. Assisted me like him. Nobody knows how to be my father other than him. And the figure that I was chasing, though they may try to utilize similar fashion sense, they definitely are not built like my father. I can assure you of that.
Can I roll an insight check? Because Inanis is being fucking weird about his dad right now.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, goodness.
Listen, Oz, we've all got daddy issues.
Did it click? Did it go through?
Not on my end now.
There we go.
That joke's gonna get so old.
Nope, come on.
Are you my father?
You, my father.
Hey, crazy,
You're not my dad.
crazy,
my dad.
crazy question. Are you my dad?
Are you my dad?
Wait, I was going to ask you, are you my son?
That was so heartwarming at the end of that
Oh,
too.
so
It was
good.
so good.
There we go.
All right, did you go through us? There it goes. Okay.
There it is.
With a 14, Inanis, you're not necessarily being deceitful.
Nope. I mean, truth be told, everything that I just
Yeah.
said
Man loves
is
his dad.
Yeah.
absolutely
Here,
true.
here's my question, Alex. Because insight's one of those abilities that can get used a little weirdly.
Yeah.
Are you trying to figure out if he's telling the truth, or is this just a general like the fuck is he going on about kind of vibe?
The fuck is he going on about? Like
Okay.
this is more of like a like he's talking about his dad like as if his dad is like a creature. Like I'm fucking like
he talks about his dad the same way a child would, in the sense of like my dad's a superhero.
Gotcha.
This guy was a fucking embarrassment. He would never be even close to my dad. My dad's fucking 12 feet tall, 800 pounds of pure muscle, wakes up every morning and pisses excellence. This dude's a fucking poser.
Okay. Makes sense.
My dad eats coke and pisses
Yeah,
Mountain Dew.
exactly.
So, Cadmus, I don't mean to pry into your personal life, but is there a Mama Cadmus laying around somewhere?
Jesus.
Was she at home asleep, or well, it's early. It's early. She might be asleep.
No, that's a fair question. That's fair. For as long as I can remember, it's only been my father and me.
All right. Well, okay. Well, shit. I don't know where to go from here.
Would there be any reason for Hex to try to attack the new recruits at the graduation ceremony to get back at you for whatever reason, anyway related to Inanis? Do you think that's something that they could do?
That's still the thing that's bothering me to no end. I don't know why I in particular am a target. I haven't done anything, to at least to my knowledge, wrong to Hex, old Hex, new Hex, Hex's mother. I haven't had interaction with this Hex aside from hearing the name brought up during a scene that I was dealing with. I didn't do anything. And the only other reason I could see why I would be targeted is because maybe the status of my father. At this point, I'm not surprised that the Steel Knights have people who want to make fun of them. And I don't mean make fun of them as in tease them, but embarrass them. We're the Steel Knights, for crying out loud. There are people who love us, there are people who hate us, and there are many people who would love an opportunity to make us look bad. And if I'm being honest, today's one of those days that a Steel Knight looked bad. But specifically Hex? I have no idea. Of all the Steel Knights that could have been targeted, I don't know why me. And it sucks. Can't ask my father about it, because then he'll just die. Hex made that very clear. Can't bring anyone into this. And the one person who might actually be able to help.
Know that he kept that paper, right? When we were passing back all the. Have we didn't see that, right? Don't bring anyone into this.
That was one of the original messages. That was one that was like on the front, like, here are the rules of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. The individual messages were like jabs. They weren't like rules. Like everyone is aware of all of the rules, or else it wouldn't be a fair game.
Oh,
fair.
I mean, Cadmus, do you know of any Steel Knights that you don't like? Let me rephrase that. Do you know of any Steel Knights that you wouldn't cry over if they died? I'm just saying.
If you want me to speak honestly, there are very, very few people in this world I would cry for if they were to die.
Well, we don't know for sure if this X fellow is all about what he's about. So let me check my alignment really quick.
I love where this is going, Ross.
Just saying, he could be bullshitting us. Crackheads and druggies make crazy threats all the time. 20 years, I've been threatened so many times, and none of them have come to fruition. Well, some of them came to fruition, but none of them killed me.
Bolt.
Okay, yeah. I was almost blown up. Four of us were almost blown up. Yes, the day before yesterday. I don't think we should take this lightly.
I'm just saying, we don't know. And like, how is he gonna know if we tell anybody? I could hop on our fancy walkie-talkie radio here and tell everybody at dispatch. What is he gonna do? Kill everybody at dispatch?
Volt.
Yes, sorry.
Who do you have? Huh? Who do you have? And I'll turn to whoever's next to him. Who do you have? And I'll just keep going down the line. And you, and you, and you, any of you, who do you have that if they were to die right now, your entire world would shatter? Everything that you knew would shatter. You'd be so lost. You wouldn't know what to do. You'd be a husk, an empty body, trying to find your way through life. Who do you have? Because a threat like that means the world to me.
Inanis, give me a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Okay. You all watch as Inanis says this and turns and points at all of you. It is a combination of a trick of the light as his entire body begins to slightly glow red, as well as he grows about 6 inches taller.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh, hell yeah.
Inanis, I also need you to roll me a d6.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Based on your class, you take on your second form. You all watch as he grows about 6 inches taller. His entire body gets red, smoke kind of coming off of him, and just kind of towers. And then
What the hell are you doing, dude?
Yeah, as he finishes yelling, it kind of. But there is that moment of as he goes one and one, he gets bigger and bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter and brighter.
What was that?
That's interesting. Do they is that what they teach you at night training?
Teach me what?
You
didn't notice you grew about 6 inches taller and kind of turned
and
red.
you were glowing.
Glowing.
Smoke?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
And he starts to just try to make his way, just heavily breathing outside. Yep. No. Control. And I just try to run out.
Okay. Inanis bolts up the stairs and heads to the top deck.
All right. Well, I'll be here at the table. Apparently that was a bad suggestion. Sorry about that, guys. My bad.
Should we tell Boris about any of this?
I'll go take care of it. And Ditch is gonna get up and say thank you for the meal, Bolt. I'm gonna go try and calm him down.
Yep.
And I'll put the dishes away and try to follow and go upstairs.
Cool.
So who's left down there?
I was gonna say I'm gonna follow him out too.
Okay, so Wally's gone, Ditch is gone, Inanis is gone, and Boris is still upstairs. So it's Oz, Volt, and Matchins.
I'm gonna look at
Volt.
the Oz and Volt really quick and just say, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, that was weird. And Volt gets up and goes to the captain's quarters and closes the door after himself.
Yeah. It's strange. That's I'm at a loss. I mean, that was just weird. I'm trying to think of how I can fit this into a new story.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I guess at this point, I really have nothing left to do except see what happens. So I guess let's see what happens. And I'll head upstairs too.
Yeah, I'll follow.
So I would assume Inanis is first up deck, so he gets to probably go first and decide where he was running off to.
I'm stepping off the turbulent horizon. I need solid ground. As he's trying to make his way off the turbulent horizon, Inanis is just like, I'm in control. I'm in control. I'm in control. I'm in control.
As I get onto the deck, I'll kind of look around and see where he's going for, and I'll also at the same time look for Boars. Is he still doing his meditation stuff? Yep. Would I know if interrupting him would be like a huge disrespect?
No. I'm gonna say the beings and the traditions of the Church of Cain are quite curious and mysterious, especially in your case, Ditch. I'm not being too familiar with your surroundings in general. But you have common sense. Messing with anyone that large and his mental state of what you've seen him as a person.
Hence why I was
as Boris himself just said, fuck around and find out.
I will, seeing that he's entranced in his thing, I'm gonna try to go off the turbulent horizon and try to catch up with Inanis.
I'm going straight after Inanis. I don't know how far behind I am, but
you would have probably gone in front of me because I would have taken a minute to try to look for Boars.
Inanis, are you stopping somewhere, or are you just going?
You're muted.
You're muted, bud.
You're muted, bud. You pulled a me.
My bad. No. As soon as I like hit solid ground, I just kind of stop, and it's kind of like after a long run where you just find the nearest place to stop and breathe, and I'm just breathing.
All right, I'm gonna kind of come, in front of him and look at him and be like, "Listen, Inanis, I don't know you that well, but this is one thing I know. Anybody you love, they will use that as weakness. You can cut that off. It hurts, but you can cut it off. As long as they know that that's where they can hit you, they will. Think back to the early days of the academy where they taught us about, people will use your weaknesses, and when they torture you and try to get information out of you, you have to stay strong and you can't be attached. And if you want to maintain control, that's what you have to do.
Inanis takes kind of like that final like sigh where it's just I'm back. Wally,
I don't think you understand what you're asking me to do. Wait. What do you mean, we?
Wally stops for a second and you see his eyes get like gigantic. And he's, don't worry about that, man. Listen, why do you think I don't have anybody for them to target me with? She's gone. And I can't go back. You can't get him back. I mean, I'll die trying. But you can't get him back.
And when he's gone, I'm gone. I've said this many times before. I'm not, and never will I be like other Steel Knights. I'm not some carbon copy. I'm not some clone. I'm not some walking stereotype. I am Inanis Cadmus. That's who I am. But I don't think you guys understand what I am.
Well, clearly we don't. I mean, you just grew a little. Didn't think that was possible. But whatever you are, they're gonna use it against you if you don't get it under control.
Inanis, Wally says that, and you immediately think back to the conversation you had with your father last night.
It's hard for people to see like the emotion on Inanis.
Yeah.
But Wally, because you're the one who's close, will probably, as soon as you keep mentioning control, we'll probably see Inanis essentially freeze. And just awkwardly start repeating that word. Control. 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 Gain. Control. And he'll kind of shake it off and go, yeah. Yeah. Well, not all of us have had as many years to hone our skills and gather control as many might with their wonderful, beautiful talents. I'm still working.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm only 19, so.
I mean, 19 years is a long time to gain understanding of life and the things around you. And, ooh, is that a bird? And, oh, is that an insect walking across the ground? It's a lot of time for you to kind of think about things. I don't think I've had as much time to think about things as you have.
It's easy to think about things when you're alone all the time. There's nothing to do but think.
It's easy to not worry about people when you're alone all the time. All I do is worry.
Damn.
At that point, so before I say what I was about to say after that phrase, because that was perfect. As a player-to-player question, Amber, would you have said what you said if Ditch was there?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because I don't want to adjust what had to have been there. I will say I was coming up behind a little later, so I probably didn't hear that.
I think the bigger thing that Wally is concerned about in this moment is making sure that Inanis gets his shit together.
Yep.
And, understands like, yeah, people are in danger.
Yep.
And that's why you have to get yourself under control. You can't freak out.
Yeah. And then Malik, can you remember what Inanis just said about being alone, or whoever? I can't remember who just said that.
Yeah. I mean, when Wally said the idea of when you're alone, you get a lot of time to think, Inanis kind of just clapped back with, well, when you're alone, you don't have a lot of people. You don't get a lot of time to care. And that's what he does a lot.
He's too busy worrying.
He's too busy worrying.
And at that moment, Ditch will chime in saying, well, at least that time alone, knowing that there was people there that you could care for, gives you some solace. Not knowing anybody's there, it's a whole nother level of not being able to find your way.
Right.
So when you assume we all have people to lose, I can tell you that it's infinitely more worse not knowing if you have people to lose. So don't assume that we're not all worried about the same things. We all are. Some more so than others. But no, we're all in it together.
You're a smart guy. Think about it. Why are we all here to begin with? Somebody that someone worried about was taken. And that's why I question you all. Who you have. Because to me, to me, it feels like Hex wants me to become a clone, a copy of him.
Of Hex?
Hex himself. Apparently, we killed the wrong guy. And from what everyone has said, what if that one guy was someone he cared about, or they cared about?
Or someone was framed. Maybe the person that was killed was just a scapegoat.
Still could have been someone they cared about.
Maybe. From the one memory that I've had in the last month, I don't know if that's true.
Fair. But I doubt that people go this far to play a game over some random scapegoat.
Well, we better go and find out.
Well,
it's not like I'm just gonna be like, oh, sorry, and just let him get their revenge. Like, no.
No.
we have to fight a little harder than that.
Trust me. There's no apology here. Just understanding. That's what I try to do. I try to understand.
Volt, Oz, and Matt. Is there anything you guys want to do down below deck while that conversation is happening?
Yeah, I was heading up top, and I want to know if I can do this. And it's okay if the answer is no, but can I roll, like, I don't know, persuasion, or maybe just, I guess, even a raw charisma roll to, like, come up with a compliment that I think Boars would appreciate?
Okay. Give me an insight check.
Okay. Oh God. Oh.
18. God. I don't know.
I like the color of your udders.
Yeah.
Your horn looks magnificent today.
Quick reminder that only female cows have udders. Thank you.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. Pierce, what would Boris like to hear a compliment about?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Pierce, with an 18 insight check, what would Matt Jones think Boris wants to hear a compliment about?
The church.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna go sit down, like, right next to Boris. and just like, yeah, quietly say, hey, the church has been doing some pretty great things lately, huh?
That is our duty.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to let you know that I can really appreciate what you guys do when it comes to helping other people.
In this fucked up world, we have to do what we can.
I've been there. So, the rest of us were talking below deck, and we're kind of not really sure what to do. And I guess what I've noticed is at least the other two guys seem to kind of be relying on what you think we should do. And I don't know, from what I know, I feel like I can trust Volt. So I was curious if you had an idea of, I guess, what our next step is in this whole game thing we're in together.
DM.
Yeah.
Throughout my meditation throughout the morning, my whole focus was to try to come up with a direction.
Okay. Yeah.
Would anything have come to mind? Anybody I could talk to or anything?
Give me I'll say, taking the time you've taken, give me intelligence with advantage. Just raw intelligence with advantage.
Okay, this computer doesn't have beyond.
That's
20.
fine. Just tell me what they are.
You said raw intelligence?
Yeah, just an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay. A 12.
A 12?
I have a -1 to intelligence. Yes, a 12.
You think your best bet when playing a game like this with this kind of person and people like this is you kind of have to play their game. Like, this isn't something where the city's too big to stumble upon a clue or to stumble upon them or to get lucky, right? You need to play the cards you're dealt, and you just need to play them better than they expect you to. Boris probably thinks that the best chance y'all have is to take the next clue you're given and hit it as hard as you can and faster than Hex would expect you to react. Take whatever clue you're given and move immediately.
Okay. Then I would look to Matt. We wait for the clue, and I'll pick up my dagger and slam it closed into its sheath.
Mm-hmm.
We strike, and then I'll get up and walk away.
Okay.
About this time, Volt would be walking up from down below.
Mm-hmm.
And he would look at Boris getting up and go, oh, good. We're moving the turbulent horizon. Help me get the mooring off the dock, and we can start getting the sails raised. He kind of like looks over at everybody on the dock and yells out, all aboard who's coming aboard, because we're moving ship. Literally. I'm moving the ship. Come on.
All right.
I'll make my way back on board.
All right.
But I'll look to Inanis first and ask, are you ready?
There's one thing I've learned from my time with the Steel Knights. No one's ever ready. Get going.
Just a bundle full of joy here, aren't we?
Usually I am.
Cool. Everybody hops on back on board. Volt. The Turbulent Horizon is in a interesting position of sailability. It is floating, which is great. Your rails are now almost finished. Your masts, however, are complicated. I think out of, what did we say? You had 3, right? 3, what are they called? 3 masts?
2 masts, and then the front sail that would connect to the the front of the boat.
We'll say you like as far as like functionality goes, your center mass, like your larger main mass is working, but you don't have the necessarily correct sized sails. They're up, they'll catch some wind, but this thing is not at full speed or at full maneuverability. So
Bolt is used to sailing the boat by himself.
Yeah.
So it would have intentionally been a small sail so
Yeah.
so he's not going so fast that he can't maneuver around the boat in times that he needs to like be at the front to drop the anchor, be at the back to turn the wheel.
Yeah, you run this thing kind of like a Zamboni. It is very large and not meant to be driven by one person, but you make it work, and it just suffers in speed and maneuverability. With a couple extra hands, this should improve things.
Yeah, I would look at Boris and come on and help me lift this anchor. It's tough with one person. It should be manageable with two. And he'll start heading over towards the front of the ship where the anchor's located, and he's not really waiting to see if anybody else gets on board. He's let them know. Let them know the ship's moving.
Yeah,
whether you're on board or not, we're going.
Time to go. All right. I assume everybody gets on board. Boris, you get the anchor up.
I help with the anchor.
Yeah, sweet. Anchor gets pulled. Everyone's on board. Vault. Now I get to learn your little secret here because I didn't see this coming. Where are we moving the boat to?
Well, over the 20 years of kind of working on the Turbulent Horizon and docking it in various places once it became seaworthy.
Yeah.
I imagine he's probably found at least one or two places that are kind of secluded.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to try to find somewhere where it's not like a boat being there doesn't stand out like a sore thumb, but it's also like, meh, it's a boat. You know?
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna probably leave it alone.
So then let's do this there. I'll say you probably know of a handful of places. How much time are you going to commit to moving the boat? You're probably coming up on around like 9 o'clock. How long do you want to put into sailing, and how far away from where you are currently do you want to get?
I was thinking probably I would try to get like in the river, like up here.
Okay, sweet, for sure.
I don't know if there's like a bay or a dock over there for a ship of this size that I could more at. But.
So between Smallgrow and Canvas Square would be interesting. You're probably not going to find like a parking spot for lack of a better term. But you could probably find yourself in a shipyard, like a transport yard, and maybe just kind of talk somebody into not putting you on their roster.
Yeah, I mean, Volt's kind of like, I don't care if it's not technically legal what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm just looking for somewhere where I'm going to be left the fuck alone after somebody tried to burn down my ship.
Yeah, for sure.
2 nights ago.
You go across the lake, and as everybody kind of moves to, again, Volt has this kind of as a well-oiled machine at this point, and it is in a good enough working order that you don't have to worry about capsizing. The downside is this takes you about 3 hours. This is like a 3-hour drive equivalent because you're going very, very slow. So anything you guys want to get done in 3 hours, short rest, investigation checks, any ideas you want to pitch to each other, you guys can do that in this 3 hours. We can cover that as when we get to this. So I'll give you guys some time to think about what you would want to do in your 3 hours. Volt, as you make it into the, God, I have the names written too. You make it into, where did I put this? You make it into the Harun River, or Harun, sorry, Hrun, Harun River, which is that nice little river between Canvas Square and Smallgrow. And a little farther up, probably about 10-20 minutes into your river journey, you pull into a shipping yard you're familiar with that is mainly used for taking produce from torch fields all the way down to the southern portion of Midtown and sometimes over to the slums. So this is like a milk truck, for lack of a better example, that you're able to like come pick up all your produce, leave, go to the drop off points, come back, etc., etc. And you know the owner here has we'll say has a few unsavory characters looking for him. You know he's kind of a wanted man as far as the underground of Canvas Square and the slums goes. You have some information on him.
Yeah, Volt wouldn't immediately go into the I will fully dox you if you don't fucking put up with me. He'll try to be like, hey, listen, I just need to be here for a little while, maybe a week, maybe two, just trying to lay low.
You
know, that kind of thing.
You guys pull up, and as you do, Volt, you see this fairly bulky for a half elf. Very like open silk shirt, so like his kind of V-neck chest is showing, sleeves rolled up, lots of jewelry on his fingers and like in his ears, and he kind of comes running up to the ship and he's like waving his hand up and down and he's like, whoa, 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 you're not one of mine. And as you kind of finish the docking process, he looks up and he goes, oh, fuck me, no.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my docks.
Listen.
I
just need.
You would know this to be Jackson Carney.
All right, Jackson. Listen.
No, Volt. I'm not. You are not keeping that piece of shit in my yard.
Whoa. Insulting me? Come on. The Turbulent Horizon is more than a piece of shit.
You have a single mast.
All right.
Those are blankets.
One's a work in progress. That's besides the point.
It's an eyesore, right? Volt. I can't have you scaring away business. No, you're not staying here again.
Listen. I just need a week to figure some things out. Maybe two.
Yes, because I have an open dock for a week. I don't have shipments coming in and out 30 times a day.
Listen, I mean, I know that you've been in some hot water with some people, all right?
Don't you start with me. You said that shit was under the rug.
I can go iron some things out for you, all right? But I need you to do me a favor.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
It's advantage.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Advantage.
Oh, man. I wish I was good at. Oh, I'm actually all right at 18.
All right. You roll an 18. You say that, and he goes, "This isn't a question, is it? This is."
No, it's not a question. I've already dropped anchor. But I'll tell you what, if you're awake in the morning, I cook a mean breakfast. You're always welcome aboard.
You see, he like grabs a clipboard that is like clipped to his waist, and he throws it at you. He says, "Give yourself a fucking fake name. 7 days, and then you're out of my goddamn docks." And he turns around and walks away.
Thank you very much. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow.
Go fuck yourself.
Fake name.
What are you supposed to do with the clipboard?
He threw it at you.
I grabbed it.
Do we just keep the clipboard now?
I have to fill out this paperwork with a fake name.
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he's coming back, though. Are you going to take it to him?
I'll take it to him. It's not that big of a deal. Fake name.
Bob Davis.
No, it has to be a ship name. Bob Davis is a person's name.
The Bob Davis.
Fake name, Matt Jones. No.
Odie McBoatface.
Inanis kind of just like as relaxed and casual as you will ever see him, just throws out there, What about the unsinkable? Wasn't this thing meant to fly, and even then it still didn't sink beneath the waters of Noximbres?
Yeah, the unsinkable works. Well, unsinkable's probably a bad. That's a bad juju. That's like just inviting trouble.
What's the opposite of the turbulent horizon? The smooth.
Vertice.
Center of the sky.
No. I know what I'm gonna call it.
The smooth sun.
Calm skies.
The vagabond.
Ooh.
The vagabond. No, I'm not calling it the vagabond.
The soup kitchen. The homeless shelter.
What a fucking plug.
The shelter.
The shelter. No, he's going to call it Moonlight's Embrace.
Moonlight's Embrace. Very nice.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good. I'm mad.
You got to give Rox a second. He won't disappoint.
Romantic there, Volt. Where's Mrs. Volt with ideas like that?
Or
How
Mr.
many other
Volt.
dragon can you see walking around? Especially females. Not that many.
That are that tall, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, Volt's gone on multiple dates with Dragonborn ladies, and it's not the same. It doesn't work out.
Well,
it's not the same.
Why does it have to be a dragonborn lady?
Yeah.
Because
There's half elf.
let's be real.
For a reason, my
Who
friend.
else is tall enough for Volt?
Does height
Goliaths?
matter?
Height matters when you're double the height of your intended spouse and probably 3 times the weight.
I mean,
I want somebody I can hug, not somebody I crush when I roll over in bed.
He needs some opportunities to be the little spoon.
Inanis kind of stands up and goes, all right, this is a conversation I don't need to have in my head.
On that note, what would you guys like to have done on your 3 hours? Is there anything that anybody specifically wanted to accomplish or attempt with some sailing time?
When not helping Volt, I'd just be fighting, like practice.
Okay. And then just again, not I don't want a backseat game. I don't want to meta anything here. Just so everyone's clear, no one has told Boris what's going on. Just so we're all clear.
I assumed that Ditch went to go tell him.
Anything.
I let him be because he was still doing his great
What I'm saying though, what I'm saying though is when Ditch left me downstairs, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go talk to Boris," and then I had a full conversation, and he did not talk to Boris.
Cool. You guys
and he walked away from my conversation with him.
I will say this, with 3 hours and the fact that Boris is my mission, I'm pretty sure that Inanis would have went, cool, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done
He's
yet?
made fight. He's practiced fighting. No.
Oh no, if he's not like meditating, he's just fighting. Inanis is probably just gonna like try to duck around all of his stuff and be like, so yeah, anyways, I figured you should know this because, you know, you're the reason that. All right, so anyways, here's what happened.
Boars wouldn't pay any attention to you unless you sparred with him. You can't walk up and talk to Boars unless you're going to spar.
Because then you become an unwilling participant.
All right, you know what? I already had the wind knocked out of me by some pocket sand. What's the worst that can happen? Maybe this will be some good for me. And Inanis. I gotta.
Yes.
I've never had to think
ever
about if Inanis would need to take off. No. Come on now. I'm an artist, so I'm not an idiot.
Me no think. Me only smash.
Wrong character. That's Baron.
Yeah, fair enough.
I never had to think about if Inanis would ever have to take off his armor in public and what that would look like.
Yeah.
Nah, he keeps that on.
Okay.
Yeah, he spars with it. And he kind of looks at Boris and says, "Hope you don't mind. I keep on some extra weight. Got to make sure I stay conditioned. And don't worry, I know you're not going to pull your punches, so it's going to feel like the real thing."
If he's not taking his armor off, Boris is going to put on his armor.
Okay.
We're going to do it real. We're going to beat the shit out of each other.
Okay, we'll do this then. I want both of you give me 3 athletics rolls since you're both strength based.
Yeah, that checks out. That definitely checks out.
Okay.
First one's a 4.
4. Okay.
Second one's a 21.
Okay.
Yep, definitely
And
checks out.
third one's an 8.
Okay. You guys watch as there's a very awkward learning phase with a 4 and a 1 of 2 very large fighters learning how to spar with each other for the first time because everybody spars differently. And then Boris overcorrects and fully just flail to the chest knocks Inanis on his ass with a 21 to a 7. And Inanis, in response, you leg sweep with your sword and knock Boris on his ass with 14 to an 8. Which ends in about 20 minutes of
I go to get up
clanging.
for a horn to this, by the way.
Wait, sorry, one more time?
If I get leg sweeps when I come up, I'm coming up with a horn to this.
Something.
Said he's coming up with a horn to the side.
A horn to the side. Oh, you're going to like Inanis' side?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a strength check. You as well, Inanis.
Okay. Let me see if there's
athletics or just straight strength.
Just straight strength. You're trying to lift him.
Can't do that. Can't do that. Oh, nah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yep.
Okay.
11. Boris.
14.
14. Okay. Are you trying to like pierce or lift?
Lift. I'm not trying to like
Gotcha.
kill him.
Yeah. You get underneath him with your horns, and like as you stand up, you lift, and Inanis in like a standing position. You're like kind of on your knees and a hand out to like push yourself up. You feel like weight underneath your side, and you get toppled ass over tea kettle onto your back.
As he's toppling me, and I'm like down, I want to try to like kick myself under him, get the legs, and just drag him down and just kind of flip him. Bring him on his back.
Okay. We'll say one final strength check then. Yeah.
Oh.
You will hold on to Boris's ankles.
All right. You proved that this is revenge for me taking all your kills against the freaking crocodiles. Can I talk now? You've embarrassed me enough. God, there's no break for me today.
I mean, you could have talked. You just can't take an ass kick and talk. So.
Nope. Usually it's just giving or taking, not multitasking. Last time I tried to multitask, I got sand in my face. And I'll just...
Who just carries sand?
You know, I'm trying to figure that out too.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone has cleaned Inanis off yet. I think you guys went to and you stopped.
Yeah. No,
Did you follow through?
Finished the
Okay.
prestidigitation after.
I know you said it once and then they stopped you. I don't know if you went and did it again after you'd gotten your sample.
I intended to.
Okay, fair enough.
After me and Inanis talk, I want to find this fucking packet of powder and inspect it.
Okay. I believe that is on... is that on Ditch?
I think I had it last because I was the last one inspecting it.
Cool.
Yep.
Does it look like anything I wouldn't...
We'll say, yeah, Boris, you got to Ditch. Ditch, where are you on the turbine? The Moonlight's Embrace?
I was probably just standing off to the side on the deck watching these two fight, just taking it in, watching movements and stuff, like seeing their fighting styles.
Cool. You watch them tussle around for a little bit, and then they stand up and chat, and then Boris looks at you and beelines it in your direction.
Yep. Boris, what can I do for you?
You'll have the purple powder.
Yeah,
I guess is what it is.
look like pollen or some type of thing, and I'll pull it out of my little pack.
Cool.
Do I recognize it?
Boris, give me. One second.
Watch, he's gonna know what it is right away, and we're gonna be like, "Oh, we should have done this thing." No, I'm just kidding.
That's no bueno.
More than you'd like to know.
Boris, give me a religion check.
One second.
Mhm.
It decided to be done.
No worries.
Religion, roll. That's a 4.
A 4. I'll say with a 4, it's some type of plant.
I'm gonna taste it.
It tastes very bad.
Okay. Nothing besides just bad. It just tastes like shit.
With a 4, it tastes very bad.
Quite the bold move there, sir.
I mean, it didn't kill him. Why would it kill me?
I don't think he ingested it, or did he? I don't know. I don't
It was
remember.
on his face.
It's true, but he's got a mask.
But he has a mouth hole.
A mouth hole.
Actually,
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have a nose hole or
Yes.
anything?
They're the eye slits. It got in through like the eye.
Okay, well, he's got holes in his mouth, you know. And
Okay.
through the eyes, I don't know.
He eats through his. Yeah, he just blinks, and that's how he gets his sustenance.
Photosynthesis.
Bolt is like over the edge of the boat on some rope pulley system, repainting the turbulent horizon.
Nice. Painting over the men.
I think
Little bucket.
during the 3 hours, if you guys are done with that. Yeah. Okay. I would find kind of a quiet moment to kind of sidle up to Ditch and be like, so you don't know if you have anyone? You're an interesting character, my friend.
Yeah. Ditch will just kind of like take a minute and just sigh. I haven't been around people in I don't know how long. I haven't really had a chance to talk to anybody or trust anybody enough to really explain what's been going on. Let's just say I don't. He'll sigh again, pull out his notebook, and I didn't pass this along when we were in the tunnel. Again, I don't remember being around people. I don't know who I can trust, who I can't trust. And correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, the first photo I found was the building.
Yep.
The second one was the canal, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to take out this second photo.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the other photos we found after Hex started our game, and I'll pass it over to Wally. And you see what looks like to be a irrigation ditch in the torch fields. And I don't know if you remember Zach describing what was in the picture.
For the canal.
Oh well, no, I remember. I was asking Amber if she remembers
Gotcha.
what was in the photo.
Kind of. There's like a puddle.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, like you've got a small levee and then you've got your field and then there's like the irrigation ditch right there. So that's full of water and there was what appeared to be discoloration in the water. Like there was a puddle of blood in the water. And I'll hand that photo over to Wally and kind of let them take a minute to process the photo and then say, I don't know who I am. All I know is about a month ago, I woke up in that canal. Left for dead. I was dead, I think. And all I had on me was tattered clothes, this stupid hat, and a notebook with writing in it that I can't decipher.
Is it like a language you don't know, or?
If I could tell you, I would. If I could tell you my name, I would tell you my name.
So, hold on, you woke up in a ditch, so you chose ditch?
I mean, I had to go with something.
Not like Bob or like Matt Jones.
The only other name I know is Miller. Ditch Miller.
How do you know that?
And I'll turn over the notebook. And on the back of the notebook in gold, like embossed gold leaf, at the very bottom of the notebook, it just says Miller.
And that, well, I guess if it's a name, it doesn't matter what language it is, right?
Right. It's in common. That part's in common.
I guess I'll ask if it does it look like any language that you ever. I mean, I speak Elvish. I can look if it's that, but
If you want to take a look, I've been traveling through the city for about a month now trying to get intel on this, and it's surprisingly easy for me to be able to go find information and find out things about people. And I don't know where that comes from. It's something I would assume that I used to know how to do. I've been able to do things. You've seen me fight. I can do things that I don't even remember knowing how to do. And I'll kind of like show a couple of pages of the notebook. It's some form of language or some kind of code. And you just see blocks of text basically, but again, it's written in a code that doesn't appear to be any set language. It's kind of like its own, like, symbols and stuff made up. It obviously is some kind of documentation, but there's no way to really decipher it without knowing how it's written.
can I do any type of, I don't know, investigation, whatever, just to see if I can make anything of it?
Sure.
Investigation?
Investigation, yep. Investigation with a 13. It's a cipher. It looks like a code of some kind. It doesn't appear to be translated. It doesn't look like it's a language. It just looks like it's a code. You got to find a way to crack the code.
Right. Ditch, whoever did this to you or whatever happened, they left something else on you too. You've got magic on you, man. I saw it when I did the detect magic. You were flickering, like almost like a part of you that's left behind. I don't know.
There was one other thing that I forgot to tell you that I didn't mention before. And he'll kind of, put his notebook away, put it back in his notebook sling, and pull out his side bag and pull out that same bowl that he brought to you in the first time we met.
I was wondering about that.
He doesn't open it back up, but he, holds it and says, "Remember how I was asking you about this? The only thing I know is that I'm pretty sure I was dead. And someone tried to bring me back because there was a circle with runes and other components to cast some type of spell. And this broken bowl. But as you can see," and he kind of like gestures to himself and kind of holds up his hands and looks at his hands and kind of rubs them and feels them. I don't think it exactly worked. I think something went wrong. Because obviously this isn't normal. I'm going to make a roll. Hang on.
Okay.
and he'll kind of look around and wait for everybody else to go, or seeing if anybody else is watching, and he'll roll up his arm. Or arm. Fuck, that sounded creepy.
Pulls
He'll
his
roll up his
skin.
sleeve. Holy no water. He'll kind of take. Since we were traveling, he's taken off his big leather coat. He's just in his white button-up shirt. So he unbuttons his I almost said collar,
Sleeve?
his cuff, and rolls up his sleeve, and you see what looks like to be this spider arcing type looking scar coming down his arm. If you've ever seen when someone's been struck by lightning, the scars that it leaves, that's what it looks like. And he'll say, I don't know what this was from, but I'm pretty sure either I may have been born with this, I don't know, or this was done during when I was murdered, if I was murdered, when I died, if I died. I have no idea. See my conundrum, and you see him get visibly frustrated at not being able to answer questions.
Does it, I guess, I don't know if who this is a question for, but does it look like it, I don't know, to me, to Amber, it strikes that it might be like following the path that magic would take, right? Like, coming out of a hand or whatever.
Give me a medicine check.
I think.
Okay. Or I could do Arcana.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay.
See? While you look at this scar, and as Dish described, it's very like web based. It like kind of goes through all of the veins and stuff. And you look at it, and it looks as if his nervous system was fried, like overstimulated and burned. So like there is like burn mark scars over all of his arms, and if you were to follow it, kind of over his entire core as well. And with a 22, you know that this is like a wound that, as Dish described it, is someone who had an insane amount of electricity shot through their body.
All right, I would relay that information. It looks to me like this had to be done through electricity or, some type of magic that produces that. I don't know.
Yep.
But you were fried, man. I don't think it's possible you weren't dead.
I mean, not having memory past a month ago, pretty sure I can agree with that.
And I mean the flickering of the magic didn't look unlike you were describing, like lightning.
Give me just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, check your DM.
Sure.
Yeah, from what I've seen from that scar, it had to have been some kind of lightning, like you said. And if I could tell you if it was from me doing it or having to do something in retort, or if that's what killed me, I don't know. He will
What if what's your connection to Hex?
So when we were fighting outside of your store, one of the people I was fighting turned to me and said, "Looks like you couldn't put down the case." And my first instinct was to run for them, because that was the first time someone has told me that they knew something about me. So either this person knows who I am or who I was. The only other memory I have is when we were looking through all the stuff Hex was giving us, I had a memory pop into my mind of a young boy coming up to me and saying, Mr. Miller, Mr. Miller. Hence why I took Ditch Miller as the name. And said, they've gotten the wrong person. My brother's just a disturbed person. He's sick. He's not a killer. They're going to kill him. So either I was on some kind of task force or helping this kid or something to try to stop whoever killed who they thought was Hex, potentially. I don't know if that's who it actually was, but I just know that this boy needed my help in proving his brother's innocence. And that's all I can remember.
Just to clarify, because it's been over a month since the session 0.5s, the masked individual said, looks like you decided to take the case after all.
Oh, I thought it was couldn't. Sorry. Okay.
All good. It's Ditch would know this because it's been like 3 days.
Yeah.
For us, it's been like over a month. So
yeah,
I'll make sure.
And I probably wrote it down and should have checked my notes first.
No worries.
But yes, I took the case.
I'm here for.
Took the case.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's more confusing than it was before, man.
Let me give you one. Let me give you one more piece, and he'll open up his bag again and pull out what looks to be another leather satchel. And he opens it up, and it looks like it's made of the same leather as the notebook. And he'll explain, this is why I think this notebook was mine. And he'll open up the other little leather pouch, and it's got like extra writing quills and ink and stuff. It's got like a measuring stick in it. It's got a magnifying glass. It's got all sorts of like little bobs and ends. If you've ever watched Sherlock Holmes, when he opens up the little pack and it just like falls out and there's all kinds of like just tools and shit, that's what it is. And I'll say I think I was some type of private eye or an investigator or something. And as he's putting that pack away and all that stuff, and I must have done something or picked up a case to either prove this person's innocence and prove that they weren't Hex. And that might be why they're after me, or why they may have killed me, is because I was able to show that the person that they got wasn't who they thought. And the thing that's so infuriating, and he'll kind of like put both of his hands back over his notebook and then kind of like hold it closer to him. All the answers I have to be right here, or at least some of the answers. And I can't remember how to read it.
That memory you have of the little boy, do you know where it was at? What part of the city? I mean, maybe you could go there, see if anybody knows who you are. If a little boy knew who you were, maybe the people that were nearby knew who you were.
You'll see Ditch open up the notebook and grab the last photo, which was the first photo he got when they were in the tunnel, and hand it to Wally. And it's a picture of a burned building. All the answers I thought I had, I can't go find now. The building that I found in a part of this notebook, that was an address that I'm pretty sure was mine, or somewhere near where I could talk to people. It was burned. It's gone. I've already checked. And I've checked with those around where the building was, and they don't know who was in that building before it was burned. They don't know anything about the person that was there. All they said is they were very secluded, didn't really talk to anybody. Not that they were not a, sociable person. They would talk when needed to, but they kept very private to themselves. So I wish I had more answers for you. I wish I had more answers for me.
Well, it seems like finding Hex is the way to your answers.
There at least one person that knows who I am, hopefully. I've been scouring the city for a month trying to find leads on anyone that knows me. I haven't been able to find a thing yet.
I'll do what I can to help you.
I appreciate that, Wally. And I'll do everything I can to help you find your boss, family member. I know it was his store.
Mentor. Let's call him a mentor.
Fair enough. Do you have any idea of where he may have gone? Like, does he have other family or any place he could have gone after what happened at the store?
You know, that man was slippery as an eel. So I don't think he's dead. But who knows where he is? He'll probably pop up when we least expect it.
Well, go ahead, DM.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
I was going to say, well, based off of the little glimpses that I've been able to find, I think I might, if I can remember, be pretty good at trying to find people and find out things. So if we can't find him,
definitely investigators. So it's good to have you on our side.
I hope so. Hopefully I wasn't an investigator for bad, and hopefully I was an investigator for the people. Time will tell.
Volt. You have repainted the ship. You're kind of sitting back, looking at your handiwork. You have the new name. It's a little wet still, but it'll dry. And you feel the very familiar sensation of your sending stone heating up as if it is about to receive a message. Do you take it out? It's more of a like you have to like have it in front of you kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I'll take it out.
You pull your sending stone out. You kind of hold it in front of you. You see the rune glows, and you hear a voice, different voice. It seems like they've done changeover over at dispatch, and you hear a voice come at, and then it says, "Hey, Sergeant Volt, dispatch here. Copy."
And 4, proceed.
Hey, are you still running around with Knight Cadmus? You got him in LOS?
I might have him. I might know his whereabouts. I don't currently see him. No.
All right. Hey, if you once you got eyes on, can you give us a radio back with location?
Is there anything wrong? Any particular reason?
We got Vol, give me a insight check.
All right. With advantage because this is
normal. Yeah, this is odd. This is quite odd.
Thank you, please God.
Oh God. Okay. With a 15, you hear their hold. There's like a hesitation to tell you something. They like pause for a bit too long. No, not wrong. It's more you know, his last field exam, dumbass stamped the wrong box. We just got to ask him a few questions about it. We got to clarify his statement. Not a big deal. We just, Brass is on my ass about it. They want me to get him back in ASAP. I'm just the guy on duty right now.
Have I ever heard this guy's voice before?
Yeah, this guy sounds fairly familiar.
Okay. All right, dispatch. Next time I'll see him, I'll let you know where he is.
All right. That's a copy on my end, Sergeant Volt. Much appreciated. And again, once you got eyes on, just give us a call with that location. Thank you. Over.
Yep. Over. Put it away.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like wheels himself back up from the side of the ship Do I see Inanis?
Most likely, she'll probably deck side on the deck.
Most likely deck side, yeah.
Yeah, he's just standing on the top deck.
I'm gonna go over him and I'm just gonna grab him by the arm and lead him below deck. As I walk by Ditch and Wally, I don't have a family, don't ask. My past is nothing. Goes below deck with Inanis.
Fair.
Yep.
I should have picked up on that.
Volt, I promise. I'm cool. I'm good now. I'm not all angry and edgy. I'm good.
Shut up.
Fair.
Dispatch wants to know your location. They won't tell me why.
That's
abnormal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would this be something your father would be doing, or is this out of the preview of him as well?
It's nothing my father's ever done before, and if my father needed my attention, he wouldn't. At least I don't think he would be so secretive about it. He'd find a way to just let me know. Inanis, I need you. Or someone would just tell me specifically, go find my father. None of this cryptic stuff.
They told me a bunch of bullshit about you needing to file paperwork and something about your final outing or some shit.
Volt, your sending stone warms again.
They're calling me again. Hold on, stay quiet. I'll pull it out.
You pull out your sending stone and it is glowing a different color than it was. You and I'll clarify, you know this. Something you and other Steel Knights have that is kind of your advantage here is the ability to kind of multi-channel through like different sending stones. It's not just like yours is a 1-to-1 to dispatch. Other sending stones have the ability to kind of dial into yours if needed. It's your way of like communicating to other Steel Knights when you don't want anybody to listen. And you know this color that your sending stone is emitting is that of Victor Caden. You know Master Sergeant Caden is trying to contact you. But yeah, it starts to go and it goes.
What does this prick want?
Volt.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are you?
I've had some complications and had to move ship.
Yeah, I'll fucking say. Do you still got the fucking dumbass with you? You got the knight?
The church dude?
Yeah, he in your sight?
Yeah, Boars is.
No, the kid.
Oh, the knight in training guy?
Yeah.
No, I don't know where he is right now.
Well, fucking find him. They're looking.
What for? What's going on?
He fucking killed somebody.
He killed someone. Well, that's not where?
We got eyewitnesses saying we got a person matching that kid's fucking description, same mask, same armor, same weapon, running away from a crime scene. 4 dead.
Where at?
It's fucking, I don't know, somewhere up in North Canvas Square.
Wow. How long ago?
Fuck, dude. I just got the call an hour ago, maybe?
An hour ago, we were in the middle of the lake and he was helping me man the ship.
You're with him?
He was with me, yes.
Where'd he go?
Well, we docked.
Where?
But he was with me an hour.
Where'd you dock, Volt?
I have reasons not to tell. Listen, where can I meet you? Because honestly, there's something fucked up going on here. Because I can guarantee you that he was on my boat with me. And I have about 5 other people on board. And the dockmaster for where I'm parked can also attest to the fact that he was on my ship when we arrived, and it ain't been an hour.
Fucking hell. You north side or south side?
North side.
All right.
You know the bridge that goes, the southern bridge that goes from Canvas Square to Small Grill?
Yeah.
Meet me there.
All right. Meet on the other side. Keep it out of
All right.
sight. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't be late. Give me
Yeah.
give me an hour.
Will do.
Fuck off. And he hangs up.
Thanks a lot, Master Sergeant. Fucking prick. I'll put my sending stone away.
Full. What the fuck?
Well, apparently you murdered 4 people in Canvas Square while you were on my ship. So,
Listen, any person I could have murdered or even thought about murdering isn't dead. Didn't even make contact with them. What the heck is going on?
That's a great question.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Noximbres.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, y'all. We're running a little over. We gotta. It's late.
4 times that Zach does this to me.
I
4
know.
times in a row.
Listen, it just happens to be you, but like it's not personal.
That's awesome.
You're the one that has the connections that I can abuse. I can abuse you. So for now.
I told you they use the weakness. By they, I mean the dungeon
It's
master.
me. I abuse you. That's gonna be it for.
Everything is my weekend.
That is gonna be it for Noximbres tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, my wonderful players, for being here and having a wonderful good time. I know we said it was gonna be a heavy roleplay campaign, so strap in. We're going to get to know these characters very well as we go and get some really good moments out of it like we did tonight. Thank you guys so much. Socials are all down below, so go ahead and check those out. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on those. Tomorrow, ? We should have a pretty big announcement coming up as far as Cap Dice as a whole and some stuff in the works there. So keep your eyes peeled for that stuff. I think that's everything. If you got here late and you missed anything, VODs go up on YouTube within 2 days. So keep your eyes peeled for those if you want to catch up or, rewatch some stuff for some of our classic moments. And I think that's everything. I'm not forgetting anything. Have a wonderful night, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Good night.